You love a kitchen makeover, and so do I, so it's time for a big one.
It really hurts when you've been like dreaming of this and then it's not gonna happen.
I have floors to repair this week. We're not here for this.
That was a lot of money. I was like, I don't know if that's worth it.
And thanks to Ritual for sponsoring this video. Welcome back to Making Home. It is nice to see you again, and if you are new here, well, let me fill you in. This is a little series where I have been making over my house and turning it into my own little slice of cozy, whether it's the bedroom, the bathroom, the living room, the backyard. There's way more spaces than that, and if you want to see them, there's a whole series that you can watch after this video. But for right now, I'm not going to delay it any further. Guys, we're doing the kitchen. So I think when I moved in here 2 years ago, this was actually one of the first places that I actually fully decorated and renovated, but I knew a big reno was coming. I just did what I could with a small budget and basically what I already had. I wasn't gonna put a lot of money into it because I knew eventually I wanted to get rid of it. So here we are. Why don't I love this space? I've had a lot of time to think about this. So effectively, I don't have very much storage. These cabinets don't go all the way up. There's so much space above the fridge. This bench is amazing, but it has these little drawers. Like, you can't fit like anything in them. The amount of times I've like tried to fit stuff in them and I couldn't is too many times. Also, they're really hard to access. The countertops are filled with lots of appliances. There's appliances in the cupboards, so I would love to have an appliance garage, and if you know what an appliance garage is, and if you don't, prepare to have your mind blown / very jealous of anybody who does have an appliance garage, because I currently am. I don't love pot lights. I think that the island definitely needs some kind of pendant or pendants over it, and this light here, it's just plugged in. Like it's faux, it looks like it's faux hardwired. It just goes down. I have my extension cord it's plugged into. It is not an ideal situation, so we need some new hardwiring done. The flooring is not in great condition, and I don't think that hardwood is the most ideal for a kitchen, so tiling would be more preferred. My microwave hood vent doesn't actually vent to the outside. It doesn't really vent anywhere except for back inside, so when I cook fish, it smells bad for a long time. And when the smoke alarms go off, I can't make them stop. Then there's just some really weird design choices. Like, look at this. Why does this counter go overhang? Because then it means that the stove can't sit up flush. Like, that's just a bad design choice. Also, this bumpy cabinet. Like, every time I see this cabinet and it juts up, I just picture Mario, like hitting it, and then it just got stuck and I didn't win any money. I lost money on this situation. And then like how close this is, like to me, I feel like this feels so squishy. I don't like this island just free floating in the middle. Not to mention like the handles that I've tried to make look good by painting gold. The green countertops, I've learned to kind of appreciate the color. It's kind of fun, but overall they're not in good condition and I feel like they're a little bit cheap. When I actually look at photos and video from when I first got the home before I did anything to it, I actually kind of like the backsplash color, how it was green, but I do remember that in real life, they were like just slightly different greens and they kind of clashed. But anyways, I don't know why we're talking about the past. It's about the future. And let me tell you what the future has in store for this kitchen. Since I don't love this island here, I was thinking of rotating it so it's coming off of the wall as like a peninsula, and then maybe the sink and the dishwasher go in the island here. New lighting over the peninsula, and I'm kind of inspired by this because this is all like bar storage and I really like the glass, but I wish it was bigger. So my idea is that off of the island peninsula, we can have cabinets that go all the way up, have all this barware in it, looks very similar to this with like the nice glass, but then there's an appliance garage that sits on the countertop, which means that we can open it, all the appliances will be there, but then it can be closed and hidden. That might be one of the things I'm most excited for in this kitchen, and I'm sorry about it. I'm not sorry. The dining nook I love. I think it's one of my favorite parts of the house. I just don't love the lack of storage, and since we are going to be redoing all of the cabinetry anyways, I would love to add some like big open areas of storage under the bench seating instead of little drawers where things like my yoga mat could go. Where do you put a yoga mat? You need big storage for that. Obviously, with not loving the flooring, tiling's the way to go, and I've been loving some checkered or like another classic tile look that I think really ties in to the look of my home, which is built in 1920s. So I've made some choices that kind of represent that era. I want to stay within the feel of the original home. I'm thinking dark colored lowers, light colored uppers, not sure about countertop, and I want to take away this since it kind of feels like it's really like harshing the vibe. It's really big and it's just in the middle of this nice kind of open wall here, and I want to do open shelving instead right here. And instead of the new trend, which is, you know, you have your stone backsplash and then it goes up into the shelves, I was thinking of doing a tile backsplash, not too dissimilar from what I already have, some kind of like small square, and then tile the shelves. I was actually really inspired when I was watching an episode of Queer Eye like so long ago, and I saw that in one of the spaces they're in, they had tiled shelving. And I was like, wait, that would look sick in my space. So the new cabinets will go all the way to the ceiling, which I think is just, you know, when you don't have ceilings that are super, super high, it makes sense to have your cabinets go all the way up and also add some cabinetry above the fridge. The vision is there. I think it's gonna look amazing. It's gonna function so well, but it might cost a lot. And I'm a little nervous about it, especially because I also wanna get new appliances. These ones function okay, some better than others, but I can definitely upgrade them for efficiency and pass these ones on to a good home. So, oh, speaking of, sounds like we have work to do. So first up, I'm simultaneously getting some contractors on board, figuring out what appliances I need, since I've heard those can be on a serious back order, and figuring out some specific inspo and realistic layout configurations. I did a lot of appliance shopping and research, and I take this very seriously as a female on her own who wants to make sure I'm getting the best price out of all of these sales reps. You should see my Excel tracker for this. It is intense. I knew I wanted to go for black stainless steel appliances, which kind of lean like a cool dark gray. They're not fully black. And I want some different configurations than what I currently have, such as no back thing or whatever this is on the stove, and a double door fridge with a drawer at the bottom, not a door. Like seriously, it's so weird that this isn't a drawer.
With a trim trim, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of gives you that finished look.
I'm learning that a built-in microwave drawer is like $1,900 when a regular microwave is obviously just a couple of hundred, and then you can like just make it look built in with DIY or with your contractor. So I'm learning things. I'm learning lots of things.
What? After way too many visits, phone calls, and negotiating, I finally picked my pieces and paid, and all there was left to do is wait.
Okay, while we wait for those appliances, I have some bittersweet news. I have a contractor on board, which honestly in a big city like this where it's busy with like lots of renovations, that is already a feat. But due to my budget, mostly my budget, and just like the layout of the kitchen, there are a lot of compromises that I already know I have to make, which hurts. It really hurts when you've been like dreaming of this and then it's not gonna happen. So first of all, it seems like it's actually best to keep this island where it is. Moving it kind of ruins the kitchen triangle, which my partner who cooks a lot, it's like, you want this. My parents, a lot of people know of this kitchen triangle. And I thought it would be fine having the sink, you know, further away from the stove and the fridge, but maybe it's not the most ideal. To compromise with the island staying where it is, I want to make it just a little bit smaller if possible, and my plan is to round the corners so that the little walkway here doesn't feel as like harsh and sharp. At least it's kind of like this own little accent island moment with soft corners for walking by. I don't know why in my head that'll solve my problem. Also, the pendant lights above the island are also gonna like help anchor and I feel like make this not feel so weird and floaty. But I will say that they don't know if there's enough electrical to do pendants. We might have to remove the pot lights in order to get pendants. It would be nice to just kind of have both. Maybe I can bring in new electrical, but that's another thing that we just don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna get the pendants. I feel like I need to have them, like it needs to happen. And finally, the last biggest compromise that is really hurting, and I still don't know if it's the right decision, but tiling the floors was gonna cost me an extra $8,500. $8,500. That was a lot of money. I was like, I don't know if that's worth it for tiled floors. Then compounded with the fact that the island is staying in the middle, I just don't think we have that nice line of where to stop the tile. So I'm not getting tiled floors. Shh. Talking about something serious here. I'm not getting tiled floors. That's all I have to say. I don't know. It hurts a lot, but I'm not willing to spend that extra money, especially for a non-forever home. And I just think it'll be better with since the island is in the middle, that I don't have like tile on either side. It just, yeah. So there's that. But guys, the good news is we're about to start this thing. My contractors come on Monday to start demo, and we need to clean out this kitchen because it's still a regular kitchen right now, and we need to get all the cupboards cleaned out. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. These are all old nuts. Old nuts. I thought I could maybe finish this in one day. I'm starting to think that might not be the case, but I've made progress. Do you guys want to see where I'm gonna take all this? Because going through a kitchen reno can be a lot, but I have a secret. I mean, most of you already know, but if you don't, let's go. My God, Rochelle!
You didn't hear me knock?
No, I didn't.
Stop.
Sorry. That's okay. Let me show you where the kitchen. Let me show you the kitchen. Oh, you were sneaking around too. Everybody's sneaking.
We're hiding.
Anyways, the upstairs apartment, we have a separate kitchen, so.
Clean the shoes.
I know. I was trying to wash the shoes. I didn't do a good job. Long story short, most of you probably know I turned my home into a duplex. Elliot moved in and we took over the upstairs. So we have a separate apartment up here, which is amazing because we have a separate kitchen when we're going through the downstairs kitchen reno. Like what? This is where we put all of Elliot's stuff from his kitchen when he moved out of his apartment. So I don't really have room up here, but I'm gonna bring everything in here and then maybe we can clean and organize, and this is gonna be our kitchen. Oh my God. You good? Yeah. My legs are so sore from working out. This is like torture. Oh my God. One down, lots to go. At least the fridge is empty.
Should we break something?
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You can.
Oh, true.
So I'm all moved into the upstairs kitchen and I was finally able to find my Ritual multivitamin, which I did not have the foresight to leave out while I was packing. Classic. So that brings me to today's sponsor, if that wasn't a good enough segue. Okay, anyways, I celebrated turning 30 this year, and as I've gotten older, I've learned the importance of introducing a multivitamin into my daily routine. This is Ritual's Essential for Women Multivitamin 18+, and the best parts are this capsule is vegan, non-GMO, it's allergen and gluten-free. It comes in easy to digest capsules as well as carbon neutral shipping. Ritual brings the receipts, aka traceability when it comes to packaging, the ingredients, and the research. They did some rigorous third-party verification and testing, which confirmed that the Essential for Women Multivitamin 18+ increases levels of folate, vitamin D, and omega-3 over a 12-week period. And if you're wondering why their capsules look like this, because I was, it's because their beadlet in oil technology allows dry ingredients and oily ingredients to be combined in one capsule, which means that you're getting key ingredients like omega-3 DHA and vitamin D3 in 2 capsules a day. Not to mention it tastes minty, which is a very nice touch. To get you started, Ritual is giving you 20% off of your first month. Just check the link in the description down below. Use our code TheSorryGirls20 for 20% off your first month. It is demo day and the contracting team is here, and together we are going to clear out this kitchen. Literally, we have one of these at the gym to like work out with. So this is the original entrance to the basement from when the house was first built. It was previously hidden by the fridge, but this is the time to properly remove the door and frame and drywall this area. Would you believe this only took 3 hours? Seriously, 3 hours only to remove, and it's probably gonna take something like 3 months to rebuild. With the demo done, it's time for the cabinet maker to come on over and take some measurements. So during this walkthrough, we learned that this wall comes out at enough of an angle that a partial wall will need to be built to make everything flush and equal and level. I just started this makeover, and of course, this 100-year-old home finds ways to add to the reno cost. Well, 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 look what arrived today. In the meantime, we're back to working in the kitchen today. The team is going to start building that wall to fix the level issue. We're also marking out the island to see what flooring will need to be removed and replaced in order to cover up some existing holes. This is about to get loud. Back to you. Finally, the contracting team patched in the new flooring, so we have a great blank slate for the kitchen install. Unfortunately, we are both gonna have to wait for that kitchen install, which is gonna happen in the next kitchen episode of Making Home. That's right, there's a couple other Making Home episodes coming too. Remember, if you're looking for 20% off of your first month with Ritual, check out the link below and use our code TheSorryGirls20. This is what you can catch next time on Making Home, the kitchen makeover. I don't know if there's any right answer, but I'm gonna try to do my best here. That's also within my budget, which is not easy. that doesn't always fit in with what the design needs are. Is it gyro? Giro?